All right, welcome back. Let me start off by saying thank you very much to all the kind comments that I got on my accident story video. It's one of my most popular videos. It ended up being. It was almost like a short. It took off just in a couple of days and kind of leveled out. But yeah, thanks again to everyone that reached out. I did get all the parts that I needed for the cases here and to finish up and kind of test fit the transmission and to ensure that it shifts through all the gears. It looks like it's a complete transmission. I just looked it over and it looks, they had this gear was on backwards. Other than that, things should be ready to roll. I was missing, I'll put it up in the as a screenshot. I was missing, not these two were with, these two I had to get brand new, these bearing hold down. And the service manual only wants thread lock on these two, so I did not put them in tight yet, but I will remember to do that, especially now that I got it on video. And I did have to get a shift drum bearing, so I got a new one of them from Mother Honda, still available, as well as them screws and hold downs. So I'm gonna, I guess, put this in. Hopefully it doesn't, looks like the old one came out pretty hard and they had it kind of chazzled. It was ruined that they had broke the inner race holder, or the inner needle bearing holder. And I just had it in my hands, but of course it's gone. So yeah, let's get this thing out of the way. It's nice and flat. Put some jipe on here. I thought about freezing it and trying to put it in, but it's like, this is such a thin bearing material, I don't know if it would shrink up enough. Sorry, get you in the shot. And I think I figured out which way I wanted it to go, like this. Not like this, but this way I got a nicer lip to drive in on. I think I'm going to go this way. It didn't designate in the service manual. I think I'm going to go with the round piece, so I've got a little bit more of a lip because it's rolled over on this side more than this side. What did I say? Oh yeah. If they wouldn't erect this bearing, and there's probably a special tool, it's probably virtually, there's a little, I don't know if you can see it in the shot here. I'll try to zoom in and get a shot, but there's a little relief right here that you're probably supposed to use a special tool from Honda to drive in there that will relieve that bearing, but the last guy didn't have that kind. Oh my goodness. I went to my first chiropractor appointment, or visit, for the first time ever, and it was damn near a life-changing experience. I could not believe how, I just cannot believe how anything. See, I got a special driver too. Like that. I think I got it sitting pretty flat. Usually I can feel it once I put something on there like that. But we'll go ginger first. See how I'm like hitting it every 9-0, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Around the clock and go around. But I can actually feel it going in, but just by working it. And they go in nice. Or you can go Mushman with these. Because it's such a thin bearing that it's easy to wreck. And that's why I'm using the mini mall as well, just to kind of, it's easier to control. You got a big fat face on the big fat face. Oh yeah, I think we're home already. I love it. And this thing should go in there. Oh yeah. Just like Mama likes it. Okay, I don't see any reason why we can't. I gotta remember to blue Loctite these. I'll just do it right now. Especially my memory is only as long as my... I'm sorry. And don't go crazy with this stuff either. Oh, almost did. You know, it only takes... a freckle's worth. There we go, there we go, there we go. Man, them new pieces look good in there. Nobody's ever going to see them. Nobody's ever going to see these. Well, you guys can't even see them. Fuck my sakes. Here. These two screws is what I was talking about. Bearing retainer. And that is where the counter shaft goes through, where your sprocket hooks onto, so that this gets a lot of vibration from the chain. So that's probably why they want these locked down. Just a freckle's worth. Excuse me, I just had a hams. I'm about to get another one. And these bearings all, I think I misspoke in the other video, these bearings all came with the engine. They all roll smooth. They're clean. They're tight. They don't move. So we're using them. And that was, I was talking to Alan Knowles at CT. This was when I was building my 250R. And I asked him if they made a kit and he goes, do they roll smooth? I'm like, yeah. He goes, they're fine. They actually see pretty low RPMs on the transmission side of things. It's the crank bearings that you're gonna have to worry about, which we got new, so okay. Let's see if we can slide this transmission in there. I am going to stand it up just because it's easier to go in when she's standing up rather than lying down. What? That doesn't make any sense. Thrush washers on the end. That's why I do it like this, because if you try to drop them in, you'll literally drop it in. So at least this way you can feed it through, hopefully, maybe. I don't have Japanese hands, so, but they give you enough room. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh, come on, baby. There, not so bad. I think the more sometimes you be careful, the more you mess shit up, if that makes any sense. Sometimes you just gotta send it. Okay. Next are my shift forks. Make sure you guys are still in the shot. We have one that's marked L for left, R for right, and C for center. So as we're on the machine here, the front of the bike is this way. Left is down, right is up, and center is right in the middle no matter which way the bike is facing. Let's see here. So I gotta go left first. Uno. And there is, I mean, there's other videos. Shit, you guys, come on. Give me a break here. They fit in just the spots that they fit in. And sometimes you gotta lift or lower because these move, right? You're shifting gears when you're doing that. So you gotta just slide them in there. Which we will. So that one is home. You would think the center goes first, next first. These can only go one way. This one gets its own pin. These share the pin on this side. And like I say, you can't put that, you know, all these pegs have to be facing that drum, and there's only one way they go. So it's not like it's rocket appliance here, guys. Okay, now for the tricky part. One way is neutral. If you roll it all the way one way, which I believe is this way, because that's your half maybe stepped. I don't remember. Let's reference a service manual. Install lock washer while aligning the tabs of the lock washer with the glues that's probably lock. I mean, I haven't had it apart that far. So we got her in the crankcase. Install the shift drum forks. Slide shift fork shafts into the positions. Let's see, what does that tell me? I gotta zoom in. Where's my... It's showing me as the pin on the shift drum is like wit, facing north in the picture. So let's see if we can do that. In this step, you want to do without the pins in there because the pins kind of lock you down. So I'm going to go, and that would make sense. Remember how I said this crooked one might be the one that, okay. This is where I have to grab my little frick. Cheers. Okay, I should have just enough time to hopefully get this together because I got to go for my next chiropractor appointment. Oh boy, I don't know. Okay, that's down. Get this to north. You just have to help sometimes pick them up and slide them into their respective grooves. That one just went right in. I'll do this back one because it goes in the center groove. I messed that up once too. That pin can go in because then we're located. This pin damn near can go in. And sometimes you have to get it to shift, because like right now we're probably like in between gears. On this bottom one, why won't you go in there? Let me just set that right there. Oh, now I'm confuckled. Whoop. There we go. And this one. Now let's see, yeah, that one's got to come out. I believe that one might be neutral right there, but this is still like voodoo to me. I really don't understand how it all works. But when you get her all together, everything goes perfect. Like I said, this should be neutral. Yeah, see, I can hold, see how this shaft, I can hold this shaft without it moving. I'm holding the counter shaft. So your engine is idling right now. Din, 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 din. One down. Whoa, that one right in there. One down. That's first. Okay, back into neutral. Back into neutral. Second. Yep. Third. And all you have to do is be able to rotate this drum all the way around till it gets to the other side, which is almost 360 degrees, and it'll do its thing. It'll shift. These will go up and down, and as long as nothing binds and it goes smooth. And sometimes you kind of got to wiggle it just like any good old girl. Oh, there she went. That's another gear. There's another gear. That's it. No, there's one more. It's okay. Yep. There she went all the way. So for reference, watch that. This button is pointed right here. I'll downshift. Now we're in the top hole. This should be and that's why this shaft is going as fast. But yeah, we're good to go. I'm loving it. I'm loving this. I'm loving it. So that's 6th, 5th, 4th, and some of it is because it, there we go, 4th, and nothing moved out of its place. 3rd, 2nd, and 1st, and back to neutral. I can hold that shaft right here. Okay, since I verified all that works, I'm going to take this assembly out. So I have my bare cases again, and I'm going to use a Motion Pro crankshaft puller to install the main bearings here. I looked into the inventory of all the stuff that he had. I've got a couple of dowels here, which I believe are for the cases. There's one here, and then there's one. There should be 2 of them. No? Yeah. No? Oh yeah, back here. Here and here. Dowels. So cool. We got them. Again, I've found that it's easier doing it this way because then you can retain them thrust washers that are on each end of these. Well, I still missed one. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, and that'll be carefully laid down so we can use at a later date. Got some hot rods, bearings here. I heard from different builders that the hot rod cranks are good, but these crank bearings are the Chinesium ones. CRB, blah, 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 blah. If you're doing a big horsepower builds, or if you want something for yourself that's going to last a long time, you want to get the coil bearing. And I have one here, and I saved it just for the, so I have the number off of it. That's how Jason Mushman files things away. So yeah, these things, I used to take them, put them in the freezer, and then heat this up, but with a press, shouldn't really need to do any of that. I guess it doesn't really matter. I've used it to pull cases apart, put them together. It's like, I've made it into a universal tool. They call it a crankshaft puller. Here's the Mushman crank or bearing installer. But yeah, you can use whichever one of these. Probably this one. Backwards like that. Let's see if I can make it happen. It's almost like they designed it like that. Ooh, numbers out. Laces out. In real time, like a half hour has passed because it takes me forever to figure out what I want to try to do and start to do. And you know, and they go in easier because this is pulling absolutely square on stuff, which I do. And I guess I should have put the nut on the other side so I can watch it. I can watch it go in. I'll get this all lined up so it doesn't chazzle itself too freaking awful bad. this. Yeah, now I like the way this is looking. See if I can drop this and bang it around and nick up the edges of this thing. Oh yeah, I remember this barely, my wrench barely works on there. Uh-oh. The whole fricassaker's turning. Son of a bitch. I used to be smart. Well, I was hoping it was going to be a one-handed operation, but it'll be a two-handed operation. Where am I going here? And then I don't have a hand to hold. Oh, this is working. Mushman style. Banging shit. Oh. Spin it anymore, which I think there I am. So yeah, you can see she's pretty flat. Not much room on the case there. Let's see what happens on the uninstall. Ooh. And I lubed the outside of the bearing just to help it to go down, and then the next guy, then the next Mushman that has to, isn't that nice? One bearing installed. One case basically ready. One case on the chopping block. Fuck, I did that with the other fucking side. Oh, and this fucking side won't gonna work. Is this side fit right through there? Okay, because this side takes the bigger seal. I don't have an adapter for the puller. This one fits inside. Of course, this one fits on the outside, but I don't like pulling on the center of the bearing. I like pulling on the outer, or the whole thing, I should say. If you pull on the center itself, I know they're tough, but you just never know if it's gonna compromise that bearing by pulling that center out. So what I found in my stash, it's a recoil cage from a 185. I don't see why not. I mean, I don't see why not. I'm gonna have this thing in there too to help spread the load. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, doggy. All right. So we'll go like this, like that. Shove this through the arse coal, like wit. Thing I did is on the other side. Big ass bearing, Warshner, big nut, and then I make sure that it's, you know, it's where it needs to be, I guess, to hopefully pull center wampus. This all looks good on this side with my 185 for Friggin snacker on the end of it. All right, let's see what happens. Oh yeah. What are the chances I won't have to hold that other side now because it's got more of a friction? More of a friction area bearing. Should have a big ass impact and just rattle that bitch home. I saw the chrome disappear. Eat. That's good. All right. That works pretty slick. I'm gonna have to remember that. And there we go. No marks to the cases on this side. Bearing flush. Yeah. Alright, thanks again, guys, to all my new subscribers. I'm going to be probably doing the porting video next, so check back soon. Until then, wheelie over that subscribe button and pop some wheelies.